Well, I've been asked about drawing human figures, and human figures, it doesn't matter if it's a human figure or a an animal. Um, so I'll try and come up with something. It's still the same kind of basics. You're going to be thinking of a round head. He has a nose. He has eyes. So um, the thing is to try and to bring in some kind of something comical about him. It's just, and the best way to do that is to try and imagine somebody, maybe an old friend or something, um, and maybe that will kind of help you along. Um, and it doesn't matter really. It's not going to be like a caricature, but sometimes it kind of helps. Sometimes to kind of imagine an old friend or something. Um, and again, I'll just go back to my basics to brilliant. It's basically everything based on that simple fact of circles, basic shapes, that type of thing, and that always gives me a lot of confidence. Just keeping working on. At the moment, I'm working on an eye, so I'm only thinking about a circle and trying not to get too complicated. If I was to think, if I stop now and I start thinking, well, where's the head? Where am I going to put the shoulders? How's the body going to be? I'm already putting so much pressure onto myself. And I find that's unnecessary pressure. I don't think we need to worry about that yet. All I need to worry about at this point is the eye. And it's just a round shape. And that is it. That's all I need to think about at the moment. I've just done an eye and it's nice and round. I'm happy with that. And you can start to let your mind wander. You can start to think, well, what kind of face is he going to have? Is he going to have a thin face, a fat face? Already there, it's a little bit wider than I would have liked it to have been, but work with it. I would have had it nice and crisp in there just behind the eye. So it's giving me a little bit feeling he's got a wider head now. That's cool. So I'm gonna I'm gonna put a hat on him. I'm gonna try and see if I can kind of put in one of those kind of boater hats or fisherman hats or whatever you want to call them. You kind of see the rappers sometimes wearing those type of things. And why, I don't know, but it doesn't matter. The why is never a matter. Um, I just thought it might help with the fact that he's got such a slightly wider face, and I thought, well, maybe if I was to give him a hat, it might help with the character. And again, I'm going with this feeling that because I've widened the face, then you need to go with it. Maybe that's what the drawing is. Maybe the drawing hasn't told you yet about what it is. And that sometimes is happen. Kind of like the same way that the old sculptors used to say, they used to believe that the inside the stone there was a shape, and that was what was going to come out, and the artist was basically just chipping away bits of stone for the figure to come out of. So in the same way that when you're drawing, if you draw something that's like there, I did it slightly wider than I wanted. Well, maybe that's what the character is on this paper. Maybe I haven't found it yet. And already I'm starting to give this character who's got like an odd kind of fishing hat, or and that's kind of given me a nice kind of feeling there that maybe it is a kind of fisherman's hat. You know, maybe he's a fisherman. We have all these things hanging off it. You know, like these kind of odd type of fishing hooks and stuff they got off it. So maybe he is a fisherman. You know, and maybe he's quite like what I did there with the big curly hair. That's kind of fun. So let's just run with that. You know, let's just see where it takes us. And all this time that you're expressing your drawing, almost like sketching, but sketching without having an eraser or something, it kind of builds out this, it brings forward this beautiful feeling that whatever you're creating is there forever, you know. I don't know. Maybe he's got some kind of pipe or something. Maybe I'm not quite sure on the construction of a pipe, but looks like a pipe. Maybe there's big puffs of smoke coming off it. And you've got to go with your feeling, and I love that. I love the fact that these drawings, you know, these drawings will sit on the side. They might go in the bin. They might go in a gallery. You have no idea. And that's what's beautiful about it. I love that fact that anything could happen in the next couple of minutes. And it could be a drawing that you just absolutely hate and cannot wait to put it in the bin. And it might be something that you grow to love. You grow to be one of your favorite drawings of all time. Okay, I'm not quite sure what I'm doing there. Maybe I'm doing teeth. Maybe that's what it is. But my mind is carrying on. My mind is doing it. And that's something that's very exciting. It's like, if that's what my mind wants me to do, let's do it. And let's bring that on down there. So we've got this nice kind of big toothy character. That's kind of fun. He's like this big grinning old fisherman. And I never thought I was going to be drawing a fisherman today. But that's what's exciting, right? I mean, we're just exploring the paper and seeing what's going to come out. And it can be such a beautiful feeling to see what's in your mind and in your thoughts. And I think we need to tap into that a lot more. So that we're, you know, the same way that by doing this, I have to rely on all those lessons of life drawing and whatever else, you know, to make sure that it works, you know, to make sure that it actually, that I'm doing it in a way that can actually look like a man at the end. Once I've kind of, that's getting a little bit thick there. Let's get a tissue. Sometimes if I just got to be a little bit careful. Sometimes if the ink gets a little bit too thick in one area, if I knock the table, then it will just run through the drawing. In fact, I still need a little bit more than that. And it will just drip. And I'm a lover of thick ink, but I am not a lover of drips. I should control it. I should keep it. Well, that's kind of looking fine, isn't it? I mean, that's special. We got some kind of big bearded, whatever he is, fisherman. I guess he could be a golfer, but now I've put all the little hooks in his hat. But it could have been a golfer. That might have been fun. Doing all the golfing trousers that they have and stuff like that. That might have been a fun exercise. And there we have a lovely face of a big smiley happy man. And this is where all our kind of our sketching and our life drawing and our sketching in our notebooks. And if you haven't got a notebook, you need one. If you want to, you really need to have a sketchbook, a little notebook, a little book that nobody will ever see. One of those type of books. And you need to draw anything that you think about. You know, just scribble down ideas and all of that. That's one of the most important things in life. And everywhere I go, I take a notebook. Notebooks, like, all your brain can be soaked up into it. And that's what I love. I love the fact you're sitting looking through your notebook later on and you just think, wow, where did that idea come from? Am I a genius? Is my brain better than me? And then sometimes it's true. Sometimes you're looking at all the stuff that you've written down, all these thoughts that you've had, and it's like, wow, I love this. And that's something that you really need to practice. You really need to have that in your life. Make sure you take a notebook everywhere. And it just so happens I've started making my notebooks. So pop on over to my my Amazon shop and have a look at my notebooks. My notebooks are not exactly drawing notebooks, but they're great for writing little notes and little thoughts down in. I have quite a few of my notebooks. I bought the Dozy Bird one. I love that. And that was a drawing. See, that was a drawing that wasn't even supposed to go anywhere. I was working on the Worry Lips book. It was the Ghostabulous version, and I wanted a nice little, little drawing at the beginning when you open the page, and there's a little image, and then you've got the title Ghostabulous, and that was where that came from, and I was like, I drew that little drawing just as a nice little addition for the opening of the book, and I loved it. And once I put it in, where is it? I got one. Where is it? This one. That one. And that was like the indent for the book. So you open the book and then it's got the title of the book and everything, and this little character's inside. And it was just black and white. And then I painted it up and I loved it. Fell in love with it. And that just became such a a great image. I used that so many times now on things, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And yeah, so go and grab a notebook and write down every thought that you have. You'll be sitting on the bus and you'll be having a thought. Write it down. You'll be writing some kind of story about some kind of fisherman who catches a fish and inside his mouth is all gold or something. And you'll think, haven't I got a drawing of a fisherman? Oh wow, there it is in that little notebook. And you'll be writing down all your thoughts. So get yourself a notebook. When you see me just kind of moving my pen like this, all I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to balance my man, and I'm trying to just see from his head to his feet and where his feet really should be, because I've got no guidance here. There's no sketch underneath. So I'm just trying to put an idea of about here for his feet. So he's going to be quite a tall fisherman. And so sometimes you do that. Sometimes like I just thought, maybe he's got a hand there. Maybe he could have a fishing rod there. That would kind of give him a nice fisherman feel. And I always love the excuse to draw a couple of hands. I love to draw big chunky fingers. And these are the type of things you need to grow to love as an artist. You need to, if someone says something, draw me a dog, and you hate drawing dogs, well, grow to love it. Grow to love drawing every single thing and any sort of thing that anybody will ask you. Because what will happen is that it will always come back. There will always be somebody who says, if you hate to draw flowers, somebody will always say, oh, could you draw me a flower? So be prepared for it, And a sketchbook, a little notebook, is a brilliant way to do it. Well, if I was to bring that up, I've got a fishing rod there. Would I have enough space to put a fish in down there? That would be funny, wouldn't it? Let's see. And again, this is just having thoughts. As you're drawing something, you're thinking. Keeping that mind alive, keeping that mind active. And that's a very important thing too as an artist, to keep your mind active, keep your mind beautiful, keep your mind full of amazing ideas. And you don't have to tell nobody nothing. I sit and write stories all the time. It doesn't mean I'm going to tell anybody. I might think, oh, that would be a fantastic book one day. And that's where Worry Lips came from. Worry Lips came from a book idea. It was in my sketchbook, and it sat there for a long time. And I drew the character. And in fact, the original drawings for Worry Lip, he had long hair. Yeah, I know. It's hard to kind of imagine him now with long hair, but the original idea for him, he had long hair. Long, shaggy hair. And if you see him now, he's kind of like this little bald character. And but that's all from the notebooks. These are very, very important. And you've always got your notebooks to go back to and have a look and see where your thoughts were getting to. That's kind of funny. All right. What kind of things do fishermen carry? Do they carry anything on their? Let's give them a little pocket there. I don't know what we can put in there. Let's put a fork in there for maybe a couple of pens. But that fork is there for him to have his fish supper. Ouch, that's a big fish. Lovely. How's that looking? That's looking kind of mad, isn't it? Alright. I feel like his belly needs to come out more. Maybe I'll like that. That's all the little wrinkles in his shirt from his. He's got a belt. So let's give him a big kind of shark type belt or something that's mean. And this is what's beautiful about it. We can just make it up as we go along. I would love to hear from any of you that are also doing a lot of drawing these days. It seems to be a very, very popular. I'm not sure how people are when they're kind of studying. They probably, the people that are actually learning it probably hate watching my videos. Because my videos are like, don't get planned, enjoy it. And I know that school wise it's all about planning, and that's the big fish on his belt buckle. Lovely. So we got that coming there. See, I used to hate drawing things like buttons, and but now it's kind of like it's part of the journey. It's part of the picture, and you just get used to drawing these things, and you just make it as part of the picture. That's nice. So I'm gonna bring an arm. So what do you feel? Is it looking okay? I don't quite know even why I started to put these videos up, but I just kind of felt like I'm already sitting drawing anyway, and I seem to be half talking to myself anyway, so I may as well just it's a little flower for his wife when he gets home, because he's been out fishing all day. She's probably gonna kill him. I'm sure she won't. If he's got a fish, I'm sure she won't. I'm sure she'd be very happy to see him. I used to go fishing a lot when I was a kid. I grew up in Ireland, and we used to go fishing a lot. And actually, I used to really enjoy going fishing. Um, it's been a long time since I've been fishing, but let's give him some big fat lips on this fish. I've just got a little squirrel just come out into the garden. He's climbing up the fence right now. You'll see my squirrels in one of the other videos. Let's give the fish some teeth. Boom! That's the big fish that he's caught. Let's give it a nice big googly eye. Put all these gills in there behind. Give it a nice fishy look. That's the fin on the back of the head. Got his fingers. Ooh, it's quite a big fat fish. Look at that. I do like to eat fish. I do enjoy a very well cooked fish. Lovely. Putting some of his scales on the fish. Lovely. That's coming up really nice. Alright, so we're talking about his feet probably about here, so let's get that belt in there. Just trying to think about his shirt sleeve being all rolled up. Give it a nice edge to it. Lovely. I'm really pleased with that. I mean, you think this has just come out from us just sitting here thinking, you know? Just me and you thinking. And I think that's really quite funny. That'd be a nice army green or something there on his little waistcoat. But quite funny, wouldn't it? Down to another hand. And what we need to do is we need to have 2 feet down here, so I'm just trying to think. I'm going to give him some trousers. How's that looking for you? Is that looking all right? He's a very happy man. You can imagine he's like posing for a photo or something, you know. Stand over there, Jim, and we'll take your photograph so everybody can see what incredible fish you caught. Something like that. Down to his little shoes. Maybe he's got some kind of rhyme shoes on. So it's very important that you keep your mind alive and you keep your mind active, you know, so that you can sit and just draw something whenever you want to, whenever you just want. I don't know what to draw. Well, I don't know what to draw. Well, sit down and get some ink, and something can just come to life in front of your very eyes, like what we did today. And I think that's beautiful. It's a very, very powerful thing to just spring load your mind and draw something that entertains you as well as entertains the people, you know. It's like, I need his fishing reel there. Cool. So that is our crazy kind of fisherman that we did today, and I'm really quite pleased with that. I think it's lovely. The fish looks nice too. So, and I think that all kind of came from just free thinking, being loose, and just letting things happen before us. And I love the way that just comes to our mind, you know. It's just a beautiful way to think. I don't usually sign in the middle of a picture, but there's not much space left down there for me. Oh, let's just slide him up. And I have had a fantastic day, so thank you very much for being there. Thank you very much for sharing your time with me. I love just sitting and talking with you and just sharing my drawing. It's a very, very, very special day for me. And thank you very much for being there, really. There we are. Our fisherman. I think that's kind of fun. I'm pleased with that. That's come up very nice. Well, thank you very, very much for coming along, and thank you very much for being there with me today and for watching. My name's Kieron Siemens, and I've had a fantastic day drawing a fisherman and his fish. I'll show you some close-ups in a minute, but have a beautiful day, and I'll talk to you again very, very soon. Bye-bye.